Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to do a comparison of the Ninebot MAX to the Xiaomi M365 in the most brief way that I can. So I started off with this scooter, which is the M365, and if you can tell, I kind of made it really gaudy with some like safety tape, some reflective safety tape. I've also put a screen on it, a like aftermarket screen, and I've also put there's also like a hard plastic plate on the bottom that I ordered from Russia to hopefully keep the batteries in place. And about a month ago I got the Ninebot MAX, and I ordered it back in like at the end of July, and it just showed up about beginning of September, so it took 2 months to get it. But for the price that I got it for, which was like $600 for the Ninebot MAX, I got this for like $500 back in like February or so. And I thought that was a good deal at the time. I thought it would do what I needed it to do, and for the most part it did. But over time, the biggest problem that I had with the M365 is the freaking tires. And if you can tell, I have like a whole bunch of tubes that I had to run through, and after changing those, like, if you change those enough, you're not going to want to do it anymore, because it really sucks. So I opted to get some solid tires, and at first I just did the back tire because I figured that the front tire would give me more traction with the tubes in the regular tire, and it did. But eventually that one popped, and I ran out of tubes. So I was like, well, I still had an extra solid tire, so I mounted it. And let me tell you, dude, I do not like solid tires. They hurt, and they really make the ride like not fun anymore. It's just it takes out the speed, it takes out the range, and it just really sucks. And changing the tires with the tubes is it's a pain. Like you're probably gonna get popped somewhere, and even if I had slime in all the tires, and it apparently didn't help. And you're gonna pop somewhere and have to call a lift to come pick you up, and that, for me, defeated the purpose of the whole thing in the first place, which was to not have to call lifts anymore. But with the solid tires, I still use this scooter whenever I want a lighter scooter to like go like a mile or two away and don't feel like lugging this one out, which I guess that's worth mentioning too. This one here is like a lot lighter. The M365 is a lot lighter than the Max, but the trade-offs are there. These tires are pneumatic tires too, but these ones don't have tubes. And I saw a video of someone taking them apart, and they have this like thick layer of like not slime. I mean, I guess it is kind of slime, but it's a lot more viscous than slime. So I feel like this one's a lot more resistant to punctures, which is fantastic. And like, they're big. Like, I don't know if you can tell from this like how much bigger it is. Probably not, but it's a big difference. It rides a lot smoother. Like this thing here, like if I ride over bumps, which here in Louisiana there's a lot of bumps and stuff, it's not very nice. You can feel your eyeballs being detached from your skull, and that's never fun. I suggest, if you do stay with an M365, because now it's like $350 now, don't put the solid tires on there. It's just, I can't recommend it. But I guess I don't have to worry about it popping anymore. But I don't know, dude. I don't know. Oh, I guess you might want to know about this. So the screen that I got, it basically just it'll show me like battery stuff. Because I had this originally so that I could attach my phone and see all that, but that gets kind of cumbersome after a while. And if I have this, I don't have to worry about having the phone mounted, which is nice. Same deal with this. I don't think I need the phone holder for this, because this already has a heads-up display, which is great. And yeah, this is a big deal too. The footboard on the 365, like my foot goes across that, and if you're on this thing for about 7 or 8 miles, it starts to hurt. But on this one, I mean, there's still some space there that you know, my toes hang over, but it's really not that bad. When you're like this, there's a lot more length too, so that's nice. Like this one, I don't even think I could put 2 feet on there, like successfully, not really. But yeah, this one's a lot more comfortable for your feet. And I'm a pretty heavy rider, so of course the Max is going to be like way better. But yeah, so this in here maybe gets up to like 13 or 14 miles an hour. I have it firmware modded, so it should go faster, but it did go faster before I put the solid tires on there, so that probably has a lot to do with it. But yeah, I won't say that I hate the M365, but I'm just really glad that I got the Max, because I mean, it's a beast. The Max, I can go like 40 miles. That is the advertised range, and I've done some math on it. I could probably get close to 35 with my weight, which is amazing considering this one here won't even get, you know, a quarter of the distance. So that's nice. And the rear tires definitely do have some get up on the Max. If there ever is a firmware hack or update or whatever, I definitely want it, because yeah, I like speed. Speed is good. But I did some research on like e-bikes and stuff, and I found out that most e-bikes are locked to go 19 miles an hour because the law is 20. So if you go anything over 19, I guess you're breaking the law, but don't tell anybody I told you that, because yeah, you know, you didn't know if anyone asked. Anyway, but yeah, a lot of people were worried about the front drum brakes on these, but I tend to like them a lot more than the disc brakes on the M365. I would say it's more responsive, if anything. And yeah, the bell, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a better bell. Sometimes you'll hit this and it won't even go off, so that's not very nice. And it's a little more I don't know what the word for that is, but I don't know, it's a little more dainty than this bell. That seems more acceptable. And I guess if you guys are wondering how I lock the bike up, some people have told me this isn't a great idea because they can, like, you know, do an angle grinder into it, which I figure that's pretty much true for any lock really, but I don't like leaving this thing locked up more than about 30 minutes anyway. So if I came out there and saw someone, I feel like I would hear somebody angle grinding it, but like I feel like other people would see it too and be like, what the hell is this dude doing? You know what I mean? And like, leave the scooter alone. I don't know. But yeah, just like usually just put it through this area right here and then like lock it up against something. I also have a cord for it, but I don't really use it. And then for airing up the tires, which I noticed on the Max, on the tire itself it says to go up to like 55, but in the manual it says 37. So I've kept it at 37 and I've had no problems, so that's nice. And I use this to air it up. I just leave the extension on there, and it has like a nice, this thing here. Yeah, a gauge. That's called a gauge. And just leave this attached and keep it in my backpack, and that works pretty good. But yeah, I really like this. On this one, you have to like have a box to charge it. Like this one, literally all you need is the cord. You just put it in there. I assume that most people that would be watching this video would be people that are wondering about the comparisons between the two, and so you already know about the box and stuff. You just probably don't know that this one is way better than this one. I mean, that's should be obvious, but yeah, I think the biggest use case still for having an M365 is if you want a more portable scooter, because it folds up and it fits in things easily. Like, I could probably take this on the bus a lot easier than this, which I used to do with this. I would take this on the bus and use it for the last mile, or whatever they call it. And this, I could probably do it, but I feel like people on the bus would be a little bit more pissed off with the guy sitting next to him with a really big ass scooter. So that's a thing. You can kind of tell it. It's a little bit longer and a little bit wider. And whenever you fold it down, the handlebars stick up a little bit further. But yeah, I don't know. It's like pretty much all I can think of. If you have any more questions, just like let me know, I guess. Been meaning to make this video for a while and finally had some light to do it. And there's a kitty. Alright, thanks.